What's good, everyone? This your main correspondent, Alan Taylor, and I'm back in the broadcast room. And this is where we at now. So clearly you see the title of the broadcast. And we have one from Anton Daniels' channel. And they're going to be talking about, this video of this young lady that you see on the screen. She went on, not a date, but just was out with a male. And she went shopping a little bit and expected the dude to carry her bags. Somebody she just met, maybe she just met a few minutes ago, something like that, friendship stuff. Listen, look, they're going to explain things and we're going to break things down. Quarters, nickels, and dimes, people.
A lot of people will be heated about why we are actually not going to be friends. I guess you'll have to let me know in the comment section. Originally supposed to do a group game night and everybody bailed. So we were just going to go do a game night ourselves. I then asked him if he wanted to go run some errands with me instead. We go, we do the errand stuff. Of course, it's my errands, so I'm really the only one buying anything. I don't get that much stuff, but I've got a good enough size bag and had walked about 20 minutes to the store, so we have to walk about 20 minutes back. The bag is kind of heavy. This dude, he's a big, muscular dude. I'm not exactly like a big, muscular woman. And I just said, can you please carry this? Oh, this is where a lot of people are going to be divided. And be like, well, of course, it's your bag. Why would he carry it? It's fair enough. And that was exactly his reasoning. For me, it immediately killed the mood because I wasn't looking at this as an expectation that he had to do it. I asked because we are trying to be friends and he's stronger than I am. When we were talking it out, he said, oh, I would do that for a girlfriend, but I wouldn't do that for just anyone. I would do that for someone special. I don't understand the concept of doing nice things for people only in a particular situation. The fact that he said, what were you going to give me in return is a really weird question to pose on someone when you've just met them. His other answer was that he just didn't want to be taken advantage of, to which I said, you would feel taken advantage of because you would carry someone's bag? Well, some girls are like that. They want you to carry their stuff. They want you to buy stuff for them. But this is getting even more confusing for me because I didn't ask you to buy anything. I simply just asked if you could carry this for me. What was also really hurtful about that is immediately he was thinking tit for tat when friendships shouldn't be founded off of that.
Okay. Do you guys agree with her?
Yeah, I agree with her. I agree. I think that.
Oh no, my bad. I didn't.
Y'all got an echo.
Let me see what it is. Go ahead, Sean. Go ahead, Sean.
Echo cancellation.
Go ahead.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, go ahead. What's time?
I agree with her. I think that a lot of the problems in dating currently is that we're all hyper sensitive when it comes to courting a person. I think a lot of people are afraid that they're going to be labeled as a simp, or the women are afraid they're going to be labeled as a pick-me. So we disassociate the thing that is right in front of us and what we're trying to accomplish, which is being in a successful relationship. I agree with her. Should have just grabbed her bag. It wasn't that serious.
Okay. Anybody agree with him? Anybody else agree with him?
I agree with him. I think exactly what he said. I think that when you're trying to develop a relationship with somebody or you're trying to move forward, whether it be friendship, because a lot of relationships start with the foundation of friendship. And if you're trying to move forward in that, then I don't get why you wouldn't be able to do something kind in that matter. She didn't ask him to buy anything. She just asked him to do what she would want her man to do. I don't see a problem with that.
Yeah, he not her man now.
Right.
Right, but
we only hearing from her side.
Should that matter though? Should you not hold someone's bag because you're not their?
Wait, let's tie this echo.
Who is that? Who is that, Q? Which one? Who got an echo?
That's Ty. That's Ty. Go ahead.
All right, you got to put on the echo. Go ahead. What was y'all saying?
I'm saying, should that matter? Should you be taking into consideration carrying someone's bag due to the fact that they're not your spouse?
Yes.
Why?
Because
a bag that's like 5 pounds.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if it's a bag. It doesn't matter what it is. The fact of the matter is a lot of y'all get caught up doing boyfriend stuff, doing husband stuff.
That boyfriend stuff, carrying someone's bag, that's crazy.
It is. Would you carry your homeboy's bag?
Would I carry my homeboy's bag? I mean, if I was gay and we were courting each other, that's different. You're inflating two different things.
No, we're not talking about courting. She said friends.
Yeah.
No,
So
they were on a date. She said they were on a date.
No, they were not. No, they were not. The situation was that they had a group friend activity that was supposed to go down, game night for the whole group. Now, I don't know how many other friends that were involved and stuff like that. We just only know about these two individuals here that, you know, the panel here is presenting to us. So the thing of this is that they canceled, the rest of the friends canceled on them. Now, I'm not going to lie to you. My theory here, and just follow me on this, my theory is that I think that, you know, the rest of the friends would all technically trying to hook them up. That's just my theory. I don't know, you know, whether that's true or not. That's why I say it's a theory, you know, because obviously them two were the first two to meet at the place that they all had agreed to meet at, if we just keep this logical. So once everybody else found out that them two had already got together, then I think everybody else started canceling and saying that we can't make it and stuff like that. I think they was really trying to low-key hook them two up. But, you know, that's neither here nor there. Let's keep going.
No, she didn't say that there was on a date. She said that they were going to a game night. This was the first time that they met. It was just cool.
Right.
That's a date. What are you talking about, Anton? That's a date. They're going on a game night the first time they met.
The only reason that you might need to listen to the video again. The only reason that they was together is because everybody else flaked out on them. So they just so happened to be in the same space with each other and went to the store with each other. That's it. It wasn't on a date. They wasn't going on a date with each other. They was just cool.
Okay, if that's the case, if they weren't on a date, then I concede what I said, and it's totally different. If they're just platonic friends, then no, you're not required to do anything outside of being.
I mean, they're not even friends at this point. They just met. How can you possibly be friends with somebody you just met, not even, you know, a whole hour ago?
What the French toast is there to think about?
And see, this is the thought process that we're talking about here. It's no way that you could be friends with somebody you just met, you know, an hour or two ago. This is friendships don't work that way. And see, we got to watch these words that we throw around. You know, friends and loved ones, and you know what I'm saying, cousins, and you got to watch these words, because if these people are not tangible people in your lives, there's no way that you can add these technical words to the situation that these people are not when you just met this person 10 minutes ago. Like, come on now, come on.
A friend, but if they're courting each other, then there's nothing wrong with holding a woman's bag.
How can you court somebody on the first time that you meet her?
Right.
That's what courting is, getting to know them. It doesn't matter if it's the first time, the second time, or the third time. Courting is introducing yourself and presenting yourself to them as
every chick that you meet. You gonna carry her bag if she needs you to carry her bag?
A lot of times people,
and you know, that's the issue. That is the issue. It's ridiculous out here.
I'm courting a woman and she asks me to carry her bag. Yes, I don't have a problem with carrying her bag.
What if you're not courting her and she asks you to carry the bag? Are you gonna carry?
Well, that's random. That's if a random woman comes up to me and I'm just walking, she asks me to carry her bag. And no,
you know her. You're not courting her. Are you carrying her bag?
I know her. I'm not courting her. Am I carrying her bag?
Yes.
It depends. It depends. There's nuances in that. Every situation is different. I can't just answer that.
You a bag carrier. you a bagger.
You can try to label it however you want to make it sound funny, but for you to say that a man is a simp because he's carrying someone's bag is crazy to me.
I'm not laughing. I'm telling
but he didn't call you a simp.
You the type of guy to take her bag and make sure that she's taken care of so that you can prep her for the next guy who she don't have no. Man, listen.
Now we're adding stuff. I never know. I'm not the type of guy to prep anyone for the next person. I'm the type of guy to be a gentleman to my lady. If she wants me to carry her bag.
That's not your lady, though. Stop it. Can we stop this?
So what the French toast is there to think about?
What is he talking about? He's a gentleman to carry the bag for his lady. Yes, your lady. Yes. Yes, of course. It's just, man, not somebody you just met 3 seconds ago. This makes no sense here. Dude is talking clearly out the side of his neck.
Because
That's not your lady.
heavy.
That's
Yes,
not
I
your
would.
chick, bro. For some reason, you got this impression.
No,
that's
you're
your chick.
I think what it is, I think you've been married for so long that you don't understand what it means to actually date and court a person. So you're looking at it from the outside looking in of someone who's been married for 20 something years, and you're saying, oh, I wouldn't carry a random woman's bag because you've been in a successful relationship. But when you actually meet a person initially, you do those type of things in order to get in their good graces, in order to show you you've been a good person. So I think you're just
listen.
missing fruit.
You're the punching bag, okay? And this is the reality: is that women look at dudes like you with this type of attitude, and you the type of guy that get taken advantage of.
Yep.
We see you every single day, and we laugh. We
Yeah.
we are absolutely giggling like little schoolgirls at people like you, who are always the ones that fuck it up for other guys because they expect for guys who they call their friends to do shit that other friends are not required to do, and then they don't have any standards for the person that they actually like.
Boom. And that's the truth. You know, and I've said this plenty of times in other broadcasts and stuff like that, and I let you know that I've been engaged in, you know, activity back in the day when I was younger, stuff like that, nightlife stuff, you know. But listen, look, I know women, and yes, they don't have the same level of standoffishness that they do with men that they don't really like that they I'll put it like this, that they lust for. It's a difference. If she lusts for him and really like him and stuff like that, she not gonna ask all these crazy questions, and she not gonna do all these crazy things. She gonna be willing to do whatever she need to do to keep him around without bothering him too much. And these are facts. I've seen this, you know what I'm saying, plenty of times. You know what I'm saying? Listen, look, you know what I'm saying? I have friend girls that, you know what I'm saying, I know that at the end of the day, though, these chicks done moved a certain type of way with certain dudes. I've been privy to conversations, and I'm sitting there like, this dude is a fucking idiot out here. Because I know this chick. She ain't worth none of that shit this dude talking about.
And what the French toast is there to think about?
I've been privy to conversations that you poo-put ass cats out there that's getting taken advantage of is you know, taking these chicks out on dates and stuff like that. And you know what I'm saying? These chicks get doggy bags. They taking that shit back to a dude. Y'all crazy out here. This is wild, but this is the truth now. You know what I'm saying? A lot of y'all being played and don't understand how the game really go.
If a chick is feeling you, you don't have to get in her good graces. She know immediately, literally immediately, whether or not she likes you.
Right.
Whether or not immediately, whether or not she want to actually get to know you, and whether or not immediately, whether or not she want to fuck you. So if you have to get in her good graces, you never had her in the first place. You was never courting her in the first place. If you got to try to convince her to try to be a person that you would be interested in or she would be interested in, you never had her in the first place, bro. So you don't have to do all of that. My point is the problem with the culture is that women think it's okay to take advantage of guys, and that's why they say the shit that they say, but then at the same time they can advocate for equal. The reason why guys are so easily put into the friend zone is the mentality that you carry because you don't draw a line in the sand. If more guys drew a line in the sand and said, listen,
your line in the sand is carrying a bag. That's your line in the sand.
I wish he would shut the fuck up out here. The bag is not the line in the sand. It's not about the bag. It's about the mindset that comes with the situation at hand. I only met you a few minutes ago, maybe an hour ago, something like that, and you're expecting me to, you know, say do actual boyfriend shit. She even said herself, if you pay attention to what she said, she was like, you know, her whole demeanor, her whole morale, and it kind of went down after he wouldn't take the bag for her. Like, you know what I'm saying? Dude may not even been interested in trying to actually date her. Like, and it's the mindset that we're talking about here. Like, women just think that just men are just supposed to want to be with them just because they were born fucking women. Like, that don't make sense.
What the French toast is there to think about?
You know, like every man's just lusting after every chick that he comes in interaction with. Like, no, that's not how that works. And that's the entitlement that's being presented here. If you actually pay attention to what the young lady was talking about in the beginning of the video, you know, the broadcast, excuse me. It just is what it is here. No, it's the entitlement. It's disgusting.
In a bag,
the
that's
line in the
crazy.
sand is the line in the sand. You don't waver. You don't switch up. You don't go the other way. You don't do this. You don't do that. Either you draw a line in the sand or you don't. And they will.
And doesn't that differ from person to person? Isn't that different from each individual?
One second.
Isn't everyone's line different?
Second. Listen, you in your feminine energy right now because you want to argue. I just want to have a conversation.
No. It's not about being in my feminine energy. It's about if I disagree with what you're saying, I'm gonna say that I disagree.
Right now. Listen.
That's your opinion. You're entitled to your opinion.
Listen, we're gonna be here for 3 hours. I'm gonna give you space to speak. But what you don't understand is this, bro. If you don't draw a line in the sand, you're gonna get trampled over.
Yep.
Women are habitual line steppers. They will respect you more if you actually draw a line in the sand and stand your ground, bro.
Right.
I'm telling you the truth.
That's
Listen,
true.
man, most of the time, dudes that don't give a fuck are the ones.
How do you know that? You dated one woman your whole life.
You gotta listen, bro.
All right, hold on. We gonna stop this right now. All right. You know me, I don't know you. All right. The fact of the matter is, if you're gonna substantiate your argument, you're gonna have to do it without doing ad hominem attacks. Because
What's your definition of an ad hominem attack? I'm answering the things that you're saying. I'm not being disrespectful.
What you think about me, you don't know half of what my life is like. Honestly.
I know what you display on the internet, and what you display on the internet is that you're married and you've only been with one woman after your marriage. So how do you have all this information on dating?
Listen. If we gonna have this conversation, you're gonna have to substantiate your argument without worrying about whether or not I have been with one woman or not. That nothing
matters.
That matters, has nothing to do with the conversation at all.
How does it not? You don't have any referenceable freaking information. You can't reference what you're saying.
Because I didn't add that. Because I didn't add that as a part of the conversation. If I looked at you and say, okay, you look gay to me, should I add that as a part of the conversation? Or should I just be able to stand on my own?
Now that is an ad hominem attack. Just in case you don't know the definition, that's an ad hominem attack.
No. If I say you look gay to me, should I add that based off of what I think? Or should we just be able to argue the point based off of what the woman said in the video?
He ain't paying attention to the whole panel right there. Everybody really laughing at his ass.
So what the French toast is there to think about?
Everybody laughing at him. Yeah, dude, you need to stick to the topic at hand here and deal with the lady in the video. Let's just be honest.
But I'm not gonna do that though. You know why?
So do you want me to answer that genuinely, or are you just being disingenuous for the sake of trying to win the argument?
Real. You never said that you was gay, so I'm not gonna add that as a part of the conversation. Okay?
But you have said that you're married, have you not? And you have said you haven't been with no women after your marriage, have you not?
I don't need to validate my marriage in order to defeat you in this conversation, is my point. Now, if you want to continue to be in your feminine energy, we can talk. Or we can just have a conversation like men and speak on the actual issue that she said. Now, you sound like one of the King Panda Bears, but I'm gonna give you grace. I'm gonna give you grace.
You should your grace. You're not God to give me anything.
Arguing for women, that's hard, bro.
I'm not arguing for women. I'm arguing for men to understand that it is not a good idea for you to be so on one side or the other. It's not a good idea for you to say, I won't hold a girl's bag because it looks like I'm being XYZ. I mean,
that's kind of how men make decisions. You know what I'm saying? When we make decisions, it's going to be one way or the other. You know, whether the decision ends up good or bad, you know what I'm saying, prosperous or not. When men make a decision, we have to make a decision and roll with that decision and see it through. That's how men have always been on this planet. Now, you know what I'm saying? I get, you know, this new age crap where men are so undecisive. That's the reason why society is kind of going the way it's going. It's just too much undecisiveness. You know what I'm saying? With a lot of men that are walking around the damn planet nowadays. You know what I'm saying? Men, period, on this planet have always made a decision and went with it, whether it turned out good or bad. And they dealt with the consequences. And these are just facts about life. The facts of life. The facts of life.
if that's what the woman that desires that you're courting, why wouldn't you do it? If you desire for her to do something, why wouldn't she do it?
And this is, again, why you in your feminine energy, because she never said courting. She never said that.
Sure
at
didn't.
all. She said, I was trying to evaluate whether or not I even
So they
want
weren't on a
to be
date.
my friend.
So they weren't on a date.
No, they wasn't on a date.
Yes, they was. Yes, they was.
Q, play the video one more time,
Please.
because I'm trying to give him grace.
A lot of people will be heated about why we are actually not going to be friends. I guess you'll have to let me know in the comment section. Originally supposed to do a group game night and everybody bailed. So we were just going to go do a game night ourselves. I then asked him if he wanted to go run some errands with me instead. We go, we do the errand.
We just gonna stop right there. Do that sound like they was on a date?
No, you're right. They wasn't on a date. You got that.
Thank you. So when we get back to the brass tacks of it, that's not courting. That is her asking this nigga to go run some errands with her and then carry her bags on the way back to the crib because everybody bailed on the group game night.
Yeah,
But aren't they just moving as friends, like just running to the store together as friends and walking back to the same place together as friends? So
okay, Jazz, listen, look out here. This is crazy. As friends, what do you mean? He just met her not even a whole hour ago.
Hey, what's the French toast is there to think about?
How are these people friends already? Acquaintances? Yes. See, like I said, man, words matter, people. Words matter. And the meanings of those words matter. And the way that you apply those words to sentences and everything else and in your life, those things matter. He ain't even known this girl a whole day yet. And you're talking about their friends. How is this possible? So you mean to tell me, Jazz, you're sitting around here just being friends with people that you met 10 minutes ago? Your selection of friendship is horrible. This is crazy to me. What are we doing out here? Man, shit.
they're getting things for the game night. There are bags. I hold some bags, you hold some bags. How is that automatically him being a simp?
She never. Okay, let me play the video for you again. And I'm gonna play it to the point where she talked about the bags, because we gotta have our listening skills on it.
A lot of people will be heated about why we are actually not going to be friends. I guess you'll have to let me know in the comment section. Originally supposed to do a group game night and everybody bailed. So we were just going to go do a game night ourselves. I then asked him if he wanted to go run some errands with me instead. We go, we do the errand stuff. Of course, it's my errands, so I'm really the only one buying anything. I don't get that much stuff, but I've got a good enough size bag and had walked about 20 minutes to the store.
So where is it that they were getting stuff together?
Well, she asked him, hey, because they both had the plan to go to this game night. The game night got canceled. She said they decided they wanted to do a game night together. She asked him, hey, do you want to go run some errands with me? Apparently, he agreed to go run those errands with her. She said that they both walked 20 minutes, which for me, why not call it Uber? But whatever. The story is they walked together, which he agreed to go with her to go do these errands. And on the way back from doing these errands, there was this whole situation about the bag. If there were no expectations, if he agreed to go to the store with her and they were both in agreement that they were going to go back and hang out, I don't see what's the big deal of holding bags. If I'm with my homegirl and we go to a store together, I'm going to help her hold bags. I don't know. For me, like when I'm with my male friends, it's not this whole, I'm only going to do it. It's not this like super performative male masculinity thing. It's like they're just being normal. They're being friends. Nobody has any weird expectations. And so if we're going to the store together, the kind of guy friends that I have, they're automatically going to help with the bags and not expect anything from it because they're being normal guys that know how to be.
Okay, before she keep going here, how long has she known these men? See, all this comes into play. You know what I'm saying? When Jazz is talking, how long have you known these men? Like for years, stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? We're talking about a scenario right here where this young lady's talking about a dude she just met not even an hour ago. They're not friends. They're acquaintances at this moment because of the fact that they were supposed to get together with other friends that they knew collectively together that, you know, actually, like I said in the beginning of the broadcast, I thought that, you know, these friends were actually kind of trying to play matchmaker low key and, you know, put them together and kind of see how that was going to work. But, you know, which turned out to be a bad idea. But the thing of this is no, them two were not friends. You can't be friends with somebody you haven't even known an hour. What are you talking about? This is crazy.
Normal about around women. Jeez. So I don't know. I don't see what the issue is. And I kind of see where she was coming from, where it's just like, why do you feel like you're doing something for your girl when you're just agreeing with me as a friend to come to the store with me to run an errand? I have bags. Can you help me hold these bags? Why is it? Why is it?
And I say, wait. So wait a minute. How do y'all get offended as women when a guy says no? At any point, because for whatever reason y'all have normalized, and this is, in my opinion, the problem, is that y'all don't respect men's boundaries in a way that men respect y'all boundaries. If he don't want to hold no bags, because I don't even know you.
Well, then why then? But then why? If you don't know me, why agree to come run these errands with me?
So wait a minute, because I agree.
You don't know me. You agreed to hang out with me later, but you agree to come to run an errand. You don't know me, but you agree to run these errands with me. We both agree to hang out afterwards. But when we leave the store, all of a sudden you humming about these bags.
I would say it's the expectations of it.
She expected it because she was a male.
But this is the thing.
Right. Listen, look, what's the Carmen and you know what I'm saying? XI. Y'all see the panel. You know what I'm talking about. Listen, look, them two ladies were speaking fucking facts out here. This is crazy. Like, it's the expectation of somebody that you barely know. From male to female aspect that you think as a woman that he just supposed to, you know, actually carry your stuff just because of the genders that you was born as. And this is the issue that we're talking about here.
The French toast is there to think about.
We having all these gender conversations and stuff like that. You know, you was born a male, you supposed to do this and this and that, whoop the woo. You was born a woman, you supposed to do that, whoop the woo. You know, and these are the topics. This is what's going on here. So yeah, she did expect that, man. That's really why she said, you know what I'm saying, after he refused to carry the bags and stuff like that, her whole demeanor kind of disappeared, stuff like that. She was having certain hopes or whatever, things like that, low key. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't even checking for her like that, low key. You know what I'm saying? That's the reason why she went on to where he was taller and bigger and strong and stuff like that. He was probably a dude that she, you know, probably could have, you know, engaged in for a little bit longer, but he may not have been checking for her like that because he didn't just know her like that. You know what I'm saying? He was probably a dude in a different mindset. It's like, listen, look, no, I got boundaries. I'm not finna, you know, I don't know you. I ain't even known you a whole day yet out here. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's the entitlement.
This is the thing. You see how you just got all up in arms because he said he don't want to hold bags. The fact of the matter, now it's not normal. Now I can't believe it. What, you agreed to run errands with me? I'm not your lap dog.
But it's not a lap dog. You just being a friend to somebody that you agreed to hang out with.
I agree with that.
You're just being a friend.
Listen.
How are you a friend and you ain't known this person a whole hour?
There's no wrong answer. He
What's the
can
big
do
deal?
what he wants. He didn't offend nobody. He didn't call nobody out of their name. He didn't try to get on her. He probably don't even fucking like her.
So why run the errands if you don't like her?
Because maybe he was just trying to make sure she was safe while he was walking.
So you make sure she's safe, but then when it's time to hold the bags, you got a problem?
Bro, listen. You're not
I don't
gonna
get
bully
it.
a nigga into holding bags just because he ran an errand with you.
Right.
So what the French toast is there to think about?
And this is where we at, people. The thing of this is also too was what they didn't bring up on the panel as well is the unknowing protection that he added to her. You know, women talk about all the time, you know what I'm saying? They want a man that provides provision, protection, things like that. It's the protection as well that he unknowingly was providing for her with walking with her for that 20 minutes. Well, really was 40 minutes because it was 20 minutes there and 20 minutes back. And the protection that he did provide, you know, it's just like going to the club with a chick, even if she your friend, whatever, the rest of the people in the room don't know that. You know, it's definitely the dudes. So it's a level of protection that gets provided when the woman shows up with a man somewhere, anywhere in society, whether the rest of the people know that that's her husband or boyfriend or just a friend, they don't know. So it is a level of protection that he did provide for her unknowingly. Even he didn't even know that, because if shit hits the fan and stuff like that, you know, while they're out there walking, you know, at the same time though too, the circle of friends that they were supposed to be linking up with and stuff like that, you know, I'm pretty sure he's friends with the other males and stuff like that. She's friends with the other ladies. He knows the other ladies, and she knows the other men, stuff like that. So if it was a group meetup, technically supposed to be, it was a level of protection that he was providing for her, you know, just off that little small factor of just being a friend within the circle. And okay, so he you know, that's not even being talked about, because that's a huge thing within itself. Just the fact that, okay, well, you know, the same people that I know, you want to go to the store, get a few things, that's cool, stuff like that. You know, I just met you though, and okay, yeah, I'll walk with you there, stuff like that, you know, because you're friends of my friends and stuff like that. So yeah, I'll walk with you there. We just, you know what I'm saying, go there, get your stuff, come back, you know, like she said, try to have a little game night, stuff like that. Cool. But he's not obligated to you know, carry bags and stuff like that. Now, if he wants to do that on his own regard, then cool. This is, you know, that's fine. All right. But it's the entitlement and it's the thought process of the male and female dynamic that a man is obligated, you know, just because it's a woman around, that he needs to, you know, do the things that traditional men are supposed to do with the chivalry and all that type of stuff, just because a woman is there in the room or just around, period. Like, you know, saying no man is just obligated to do that. No human being is obligated to do anything for you. And this is where we're at nowadays, you know what I'm saying? And she's like, you know, well, I feel different now that he didn't want to do this. Like, okay, at the end of the day though, who said he was even trying to talk to you like that? You know, it's crazy, but the whole situation breaks down to the entitlement of the thought process that, you know, just because I was born a man, or just because, you know what I'm saying, he was born a man, that he's supposed to do certain things just because he was born a man. And that's the issue. But it is what it is, though. Shout out to all my subscribers. Mad love to y'all. If you're new to the channel, please hit that like, share, subscribe button. Make sure you ring that bell to be notified whenever I decide to post things. And like I always say,
and that, my friends, is the bottom line.
That, my friends, is the bottom line.